Okay, folks, today is the 13th of November, 2022. I figured I'd make an update video on my 2022 Volkswagen Jetta GLi that I picked up on the 1st of September, brand new. Anyway, I like this car pretty well so far. Really impressed, especially with the fuel economy. Did not expect that. But it does have a few shortcomings that I would like to discuss. And I've watched a lot of other videos about these cars, and I don't think anybody has hit on any of these problems. So let me get in here. All right. So some of the biggest problem that I have with this car is the multimedia controls. The steering wheel controls, I absolutely hate them. I just don't understand why Volkswagen did what they did with the controls on this car. It's very easy to fat finger a setting on either side of the steering wheel just through normal driving situations. And then the next thing you know, you look at your gauge cluster and something has changed and you're not sure what you did to change it. And I absolutely hate it. Another thing that I hate is it has two different menus where you change things. Okay, you can scroll through different menu settings here on the right side of the steering wheel and change things in the gauge cluster. And then over here on the radio, you have another menu where you can change other settings. And it's just ridiculous, in my opinion. I don't know why it needs to be so different. And the other thing that irritates me, in order to access any of these menu options, you have to have this thing has to be turned on. In other words, you have to turn the radio on in order to get to these menus over here. If you want to use your Apple CarPlay or your Phone Connect, whatever the hell they call that, these functions, none of that shit works when the radio is turned off. And so you have to turn the radio on in order to get to any of that stuff. Just stupid. This car has adaptive cruise control and lane assist, or whatever the hell they call that. I'm trying to warm up to it, but I just can't do it. Even when you set the detection distance as close as you possibly can, it still slows you down and will even apply the brake for you when you start approaching other vehicles on the road in front of you. It really irritates the hell out of me, and you cannot disable it. Not that I have discovered. I take that back. There may be a setting over here somewhere where you can change it, but it's a setting that you have to change every single ignition cycle. You can't make a permanent change if you want to disable something. You have to do it every time you start the car. I do not like that. Another thing about this gauge cluster that I do not like is it only has a single trip setting, which just blows me away. I mean, the menu features of this thing is so deep, it has so many functions. You would think that it would have a half a dozen different custom trip settings, but it doesn't. You only get one trip setting and that's it. So, you know, I don't know about you all, but I really like an A and B trip setting, because I've always used my B trip setting for my oil change interval to help me keep track of that. I guess maybe a lot of people don't, because they pay somebody to change their oil and they don't even think about it, but I do all of my own maintenance, and it's real easy to keep track of my oil change interval by using the second trip setting. And I've been doing that for decades, literally. I mean, every other vehicle I own has at least 2 trip setting features. This brand new Volkswagen only has 1. I don't understand it. And I think lastly, the thing I will talk about is the windshield wiper control. Obviously, this car has intermittent wipers, but I have not figured out the rhyme to the reason as far as how it works. You can change this interval setting all you want, and it seems like the wipers just have a mind of their own. Now it does have another setting over here in this menu. Let's see, where you can make changes. Well, it's not there. There's some settings. Here we go. Oh shit. Now see, I hate it. Okay, mirrors and wipers. Okay, automatic wiping during rain. This is the only setting that you can change. You can check that, and then it'll turn your wipers on when it senses water on the windshield. That's the only setting that it has for that. But for whatever reason, the intermittent wipers just do what they please. You know, I don't know how Volkswagen came to...
How can I help you?
Well, there you go. I just fat fingered something and it's talking to me. I hate this thing. I hate it. I hate it. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't understand why or how Volkswagen has fucked up at something as simple as an intermittent wiper feature, but they have on this car. It just does whatever it wants. So if you're thinking about buying one of these cars and you're particular about things like I am, get ready to be pissed off when you get ready to use your intermittent windshield wipers. Aside from all of this stupid stuff, I really like the car. I took it on a road trip last week, about 750 miles round trip, and it actually averaged 42.1 miles per gallon for the length of that trip, over 750 miles. I was really surprised and pleased about that. And so there's that. But anyway, I think I'm done complaining about the dashboard controls. Aside from that, it's a great car. I don't have any other complaints. It's got, let's see, it's got 3,715 miles on it now. I've had it for 2.5 months. Somewhere right around the 750 mile mark, I did have to add about a half a quart of oil to it to get it back up to the full mark, and it has not used any more oil since then. And so I was glad about that. I did expect some oil consumption at first because I read about that, but that's the only issue with that. If I think of anything else about it that I don't like, I'll make another video. But so far, so good, other than the stupid stuff that the tweakers at Volkswagen have done. Well, that's all. Thanks for watching.